In this video, I'll outline 3 very common mistakes that I see retirees make. These aren't overly complicated and can generally be fixed with some simple planning. My name is Zach Bradford and I'm a CFP. Every week I upload retirement education videos in an effort to help you with your overall retirement. So be sure to subscribe to our channel below so that you don't miss out on any of those videos. All right, so with that, let's get into the 3 fairly common mistakes that I see a lot of retirees make. Mistake number 1 is going to be ignoring how your Social Security check is taxed. The Social Security benefits you receive are not always tax-free. How much of it is taxed is going to be dependent on how much income you show. Let's use Bob and Linda as an example. They retired at 64, started their Social Security, and started pulling $3,000 a month from their IRA. With a relatively low IRA withdrawal and their Social Security, they thought their retirement in the early years would be relatively tax-free. What they didn't understand is that up to 85% of their Social Security check can be taxable, again, depending on how much income we show in a given year. It's going to be dependent on what your provisional income is. And for a married couple, that starts at $44,000 a year. Provisional income is going to include half of your Social Security check plus all of the money that you take out of your IRA in a year. The more income you show, the more they're going to pull your Social Security check into the taxable column. So in this example, when Bob and Linda pulled that $3,000 a month out of their IRA, they bumped their Social Security checks up to that 85% taxable amount. Their effective tax bill just jumped several $1,000s, even though their tax bracket didn't change. This is where tax coordination matters. If they had delayed Social Security a few years and instead lived a little bit more on cash savings that they had, they could have kept more of those Social Security checks. This is more of a timing issue, which brings me to my second mistake that I see a lot of retirees make, and that is waiting too long to do Roth conversions. I see all the time new retirees waste the early years of retirement being in ultra low tax brackets. They think of it as being a really good thing that they are now all of a sudden paying next to no taxes and showing next to no income. But this is oftentimes a mistake. Let's look at Jim, who retired at 62 and has been living off of savings until he starts Social Security. Here's what's happening. Those years that he is living off of his savings, his income is low, his tax bracket is low, and he could be moving money from his IRA, where it hasn't been taxed yet, over to his Roth IRA, where it would be taxed and then would continue to grow tax-free. He could be taking advantage of getting that money out of his IRA at 10 or 12%. Instead, by waiting and pushing those taxes farther down the road, his RMDs are going to be larger, his Social Security is going to be more taxable, and there's even a chance that he will start to pay more for Medicare premiums. If Jim, in those early years of retirement, had converted, say, $50,000 over 5 years, that's $250,000 that he could have moved from his IRA into his Roth IRA that would be growing tax-free. Instead, by waiting, that same $250,000 will be taxed at a higher rate than he could have taxed it before, and will be creating larger RMD issues once they do turn on at 75. All Roth conversions are, when you overly simplify it, is deciding when the best time to pay the taxes on your IRA is. So it would benefit you to map out, say, 5 to 10 years of what your income could look like and how that income would be taxed, and decide, is it better to just go ahead and pay the taxes on your IRA money now, or is it beneficial to wait and pay the taxes on that IRA money later? So the last mistake is one that I see a ton of retirees make, and that is treating all of your retirement and investment accounts the same. When we are taking money out of our accounts in retirement, we should be strategically timing these withdrawals and coordinating them across our different account types. If we look at a retiree who has, say, $1 million saved, half of that money in an IRA and half of that money in a brokerage account. When they retire, they figure, I'll just pull half of my money that I need out of the IRA and half of the money that I need out of my brokerage account. But here's the issue. Money that you take out of your IRA is going to be taxed as ordinary income, so taxed according to your tax bracket. And money that you pull from a brokerage account, that in and of itself is not a taxable event. The taxable event there occurs when you actually sell an investment inside of that brokerage account to create the cash that you need for the withdrawal. and the capital gain rate that you pay when you sell that investment in the brokerage account is going to be dependent on how much income you're showing that. So it could be anywhere from 0 to 15 to 20%. So picture two different buckets. One, your IRA is going to be taxed just like any paycheck that you got while you were working, and the other, your brokerage account, is going to be taxed at a more beneficial capital gain. By taking equal withdrawals from your IRA and your brokerage account, you're likely bumping yourself up into higher tax brackets, and you'll end up paying more in taxes over your lifetime. Over 20 years, this could easily be well into the six figures. The better approach is to be intentional about what bucket of money you are pulling from in a year. In a higher income year, it might be more beneficial to pull money from your brokerage account, and in low income years, it might be more beneficial to pull money out of your IRA. The goal here is to control your income and smooth it out over your lifetime, reducing the amount of lifetime taxes that you pay. The goal is not necessarily to reduce the amount of taxes that you pay in any one given year. When you coordinate withdrawals this way, not only are you saving money and saving taxes, but you are also adding years to your overall retirement. So those are three fairly common mistakes I see and can be solved with some pretty simple planning. Don't let Social Security taxes jump up and surprise you. Don't wait too long to do Roth conversions if they make sense in your situation. And don't treat every account that you have in retirement the same. Like I said, each one of these mistakes are completely avoidable and can save you tens of thousands of dollars in taxes over your lifetime. If you found this video helpful, be sure and subscribe to our channel below. I upload 2 new videos a week, one being an educational video like this one, and I also post a real retiree case study in an effort to help you with your overall retirement. And with that, I will see you in the next one.